The Happy Prince. Chapter 1. A Beautiful Statue. In a city square, a very beautiful statue of the Happy Prince was standing. He was a very handsome statue. His eyes were two sparkling sapphires. He was covered with the finest gold. On his sword there was a sparkling ruby. The citizens of the city admired him very much. One morning, the city councilors gathered to admire the statue.
"He is as handsome as a weathercock,"
exclaimed one of them. He wanted others to think he knew a lot about art. However, he didn't want them to think he was unpractical. He said,
"But he is not as practical, of course."
A short time later, many people gathered in front of the statue. A very sad-looking man mumbled,
"It's good someone is happy in this city."
A mother said to her crying boy, "I wish you were like the Happy Prince." The Happy Prince never dreams of crying for anything. Several children came out of the cathedral. They said to their teacher,
"We think he looks exactly like an angel."
The teacher said,
"But you have never seen an angel."
"Oh, but we have in our dreams."
The children exclaimed. Their teacher was unhappy. He did not like children dreaming. Many days later, a small swallow flew over the city. He was flying to Egypt to meet his friends. They had left many weeks earlier. The swallow had stayed behind. The swallow had fallen in love with a reed in the early spring. He was in love with her slender body.
"I love you,"
he told her immediately. He flew around her all through the spring and summer. The other swallows made fun of him.
"How can you fall in love with a reed?"
They laughed. After the other swallows left, he suddenly felt very lonely.
"She never talks to me,
He complained.
and she is always flirting with the wind. I fear she does not love me."
He asked her,
"Will you come with me to Egypt to play in the sun?"
"No, I will not. I love my home here," she said.
"You don't care about me at all."
He cried.
"I am going to see the pyramids. Goodbye."
He flew away and left the reed with her wind. The little swallow flew for many hours. Finally, he arrived in the city of the Happy Prince.
"I must rest tonight, but where will I stay?"
He asked.
"I hope there are many good places to sleep in this city."
Then he saw the statue of the Happy Prince.
"There is an excellent place to rest. It is high away from people and animals. It also has plenty of fresh air."
He lay in between the statue's feet. He looked up at the golden statue and thought,
"I have a bedroom beautiful enough for royalty."
The swallow was almost asleep when he felt a drop of water on his feathers. He looked up into the sky.
"That's strange. It's raining. But there are no clouds in the sky."
He then felt another drop.
"This isn't a good place to sleep. I must find another place."
He said. However, as the swallow was preparing to fly, he felt another drop of water. He looked up at the statue's face. Tears were flowing from the happy prince's eyes and down his golden cheeks.
Who are you?
Asked the bird.
I am the happy prince,
Replied the statue.
No, you are crying. You can't be happy.
Commented the swallow.
When I was alive, I lived a very happy life in a wonderful palace. I played in its magnificent garden, and I never went outside. I was so happy there. Because I was so happy, the servants called me the Happy Prince. I never knew about the sadness outside the palace walls. But now I can see people suffer, and I cannot help but weep. My heart is solid lead, yet I shed tears,
Explained the happy prince. The swallow was very surprised.
I thought he was made of solid gold.
However, he did not say anything.
I see many terrible things here.
The statue said.
In a far corner of the city, I can see a little house. It is a very poor house. Through one of the windows, I can see a woman. She is working hard. She is a dressmaker. Her hands are very red and sore. Her needle always pricks her fingers. She is making a dress for one of the Queen's maids of honor. The maid of honor is going to wear it to the next court ball. It is very difficult for the poor woman to make the dress. She is embroidering passion flowers on the gown. She is very tired, but she must work all night.
The prince continued.
Her son is very sick and hungry. She has no food to give him. Little swallow, please take the ruby from my sword and give it to her. I cannot move from this high place,
But my friends are waiting for me in Egypt,
said the swallow.
They are enjoying the warm sun and the lotus flowers. They will see the tomb of the great Egyptian king. They will see his dried body, which is wrapped in linen. They will smell the spices. They will see the beautiful objects inside his tomb,
said the little bird. Chapter 2. A Bird on a Mission. The happy prince begged the little bird.
Little swallow, please do this. Please stay one night. Please take the ruby to the poor woman and her sick little boy. They are suffering so much.
But I don't like little boys,
replied the swallow.
Last summer, 2 terrible boys came to the river and threw stones at me. They didn't hit me, but it still made me angry.
The swallow looked up at the happy prince's face. He looked so sad, so the swallow said,
I will do this for you tonight.
Thank you,
said the prince. The swallow flew up to the happy prince's side. He took the ruby from the sword. The swallow flew far away over the city, passing many grand buildings. He passed over the palace. There he saw a lovely girl on a balcony with her sweetheart. As he was flying over them, the swallow heard him say to her,
What a beautiful star-filled sky! How wonderful the power of love is!
The girl answered, My dress is being embroidered with passion flowers. The dressmaker is so lazy. I'm worried that it won't be ready for the ball. The swallow continued flying toward the poor woman's house. He flew over the port and saw the lights from the ships. He passed over the ghetto and saw people bargaining for goods. He finally arrived at the house. He landed on the windowsill. He saw the boy in the bed, sweating a lot from a fever. The woman was still at the table. However, now she was asleep. The little bird flew in and dropped the ruby next to the woman's hand. He then flew to the boy. He fanned his wings around the boy's head.
I feel cool.
He mumbled.
Maybe I am getting better.
He then fell fast asleep. The swallow left them to return to the happy prince.
I have done what you asked,
he said to the statue.
Although it is so cold, I am feeling very warm.
That is the happiness you feel because you did a good deed,
said the prince. The swallow then fell asleep at his feet. The next morning, the swallow flew to the river for a bath. A professor was also at the river. When he saw the swallow, he said,
A swallow? In winter? That is very strange.
The swallow then returned to the statue. He said,
I must leave for Egypt tonight. Is there anything you want me to do before I leave?
The prince begged him one more time.
Little swallow, please do not go tonight. Please stay with me one more night.
But I must go. My friends are waiting for me. They will fly to the second waterfall tomorrow. There they will see the hippopotamuses amongst the bulrushes. Also, the lions will come to the river's edge to drink in the morning. They roar louder than the sound of the waterfall.
Please do not go tonight, little swallow. In another part of the city, there is a young man in a loft. He is trying to write a play for the director of the theater, but he has no money. He is so cold and hungry that he cannot write. Please stay tonight.
I will do this for you for one more night. Do you want me to take another ruby to him?
The swallow asked.
No, I do not have any more rubies,
the prince answered.
I only have the sapphires in my eyes. They are very rare, expensive sapphires. They came from India 1,000 years ago. Take one to the young man. He will buy food and firewood. Then he will finish his play.
But I cannot take your eye,
exclaimed the swallow.
Please, little swallow, do as I ask you to,
said the happy prince. The swallow had to fly to his eye and pull out the sapphire. He flew away to find the young man in the loft. There was a hole in the roof, and the swallow easily flew in. The man did not hear the swallow fly in. He had his head in his hands from exhaustion. After the swallow left, he found the beautiful sapphire on his table.
Miracles do happen,
he exclaimed.
This must be from an admirer. Now I can buy food and firewood and finish my play.
He cried for joy. Feeling satisfied, the swallow flew down to the harbor the next day. He watched the men working there.
I am going to Egypt,
he sang out. But no one paid any attention to him. Later, he returned to the happy prince.
I must say farewell tonight,
he told the statue.
Little swallow, please stay with me for one more night.
The happy prince begged him for a third time.
But it is winter. Snow and frost are coming. I must fly to Egypt. The hills are warm, and my friends are building their nests. I promise to come back to you in the spring. I will bring you 2 beautiful stones. They will be your new eyes,
The little swallow said.
There is a little girl selling matches below in the square. She is cold and hungry. She has no shoes or stockings. Her matches fell into the gutter, and now they are ruined. Her father will beat her if she does not bring him any money. Please take my other eye to her. Then she can go home.
The prince begged him.
I cannot do that. I will stay with you for 1 more night, but I cannot take your other eye.
The bird said.
You must do it. Please, Swallow.
The prince begged. So the little bird took his eye and gave it to the little girl. She went running home with the beautiful stone. The swallow went back to the happy prince and said,
Now you are blind. I will stay with you forever.
No, you must go to Egypt before the winter,
said the prince.
No, I will stay with you.
The swallow sat at his feet and fell asleep. Chapter 3. A fatal decision. The happy prince was blind. The swallow sat on his shoulder and told him many stories. He told him about so many magical places. He described the Nile River, the Sphinx, and the dry deserts of Africa. He told him about the merchants and about many animals like camels and elephants. The happy prince greatly enjoyed his stories.
Everything you have told me is very interesting. But people's suffering is the most interesting thing of all. I want to know everything that is happening in this city. Please fly over the city and tell me what you see.
The swallow did as the prince asked. He flew through the sky. Below him he saw wealthy people living comfortably in their homes. He saw people starving in damp alleys. Under one bridge he saw 2 boys cuddled together. They were trying to stay warm. The watchman came and yelled at them.
Get out of here!
They walked out into the freezing rain. The swallow told the happy prince everything. The happy prince became even sadder.
Please take my gold. Please give it to the cold and hungry people,
he said. The swallow gave every piece of gold from the statue to the poor. Soon the hungry children had food. They also had big smiles upon their faces. This made the happy prince happy again. Life for the swallow was becoming more difficult. Heavy snow fell on the city, but he still did not leave the prince. He found crumbs of bread outside a bakery. He flapped his wings to warm his body. In time, the little swallow thought,
I am going to die here.
He flew to the prince's shoulder and asked,
May I kiss your hand before I go?
Yes, it is time for you to leave this place. You need to find your friends in Egypt. You have stayed too long in this city. But I want you to kiss my lips and not my hand, because I love you.
The happy prince said. The swallow replied,
Dear prince, I am going to the house of death, not Egypt. Death is the brother of sleep, isn't it?
The little bird kissed the prince's lips. He then fell dead at his feet. At the same time the swallow died, there was a loud crack. It was the heart of the prince. It had broken in two. The mayor of the city was inspecting the city square the next morning. All of the city councilors were there too. They looked up at the statue and were shocked.
Look at the happy prince! He looks absolutely awful!
The mayor exclaimed. The councilors all quickly said together,
Yes, he looks absolutely awful.
The councilors always agreed with the mayor.
The ruby from his sword is gone. The sapphires from his eyes are gone. All of his gold is gone,
said the mayor.
He looks like a beggar. And look at this, a dead bird. Birds must not be allowed to die here. We must do something about that,
he said. Soon after, the statue of the Happy Prince was removed from the square. The art professor from the local university said,
He has lost his use because he has lost his beauty.
The statue was taken away to be melted. It was being melted at the foundry. The workers discovered a very strange thing.
This is so unusual,
One of the workers exclaimed.
The lead of the statue's heart was cracked, but it will not melt. Let's just throw it away.
The workers threw the Happy Prince's broken lead heart into the garbage. It lay next to the poor dead swallow. Far above in heaven, God commanded one of his angels,
Bring me the two most valuable things from the city.
The angel went to the city. He found the broken heart and the little swallow. God was very pleased with the angel.
You truly have chosen the most valuable things in the city. This little bird will sing forever in paradise. The happy prince will live forever in my city of gold.